Thank you so much for staying here on the AM show. Let's now have that conversation about the family of the late former President John Evans Atta Mills considering legal options in regards to dealing with the feud between the family and his former aide, Koku Ayidoho. The family says it will consider all legal options available, and we heard from the Ebusia Pinging, who is also brother of the former President Cadman Mills, speak at a lecture to commemorate 10 years since his passing. Well, we've been joined by Inusa Fuseni, who is a lawyer and also a member of the NDC, to consider both the legal options and the party's position on this matter. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us, sir.
Bernice, how are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. So let's start off with what the legal options are here. So one, Professor Mills was a statesman. He belonged to a family as well. So one will ask, what is so wrong with an individual who doesn't belong to the family creating an institute, tagging his name, just to keep his legacy running? What's so wrong with that? And are there any legal options the family can consider?
Well, that's a very good question. You need to unpack the questions on many levels. First of all, there is absolutely nothing wrong with an individual wanting to immortalize the values and the person of of another who is there, but who significantly influenced him, who significantly influenced a country, who pursued a cause, whose cause is worth emulating. There's nothing wrong. But because that individual comes from a family, because that individual have people who own him, who claim him, it is always better, wise, and, well, if you want, well, for want of better word, to try to accommodate that individual's family within the larger sphere of what you are doing, to seek the blessing of the family, to be able to do that. Because you see, if in doing what you purport to do, you desecrate the memory of that person, you bring about division between the family and yourself. You would not be championing a cause which clearly will have the family's buy-in, and that could be problematic. Now, it's also worrisome if in championing that cause, you bring the family into disrepute. And I think that is the level on which the family is thinking of taking legal action. Because the name Atta Mills belongs to a family. It was given, like Bernice Abu-Baidoo. You were given that name by a family. That family owns that name. They gave you that name. And so you belong to your family. Dead or alive, a person belongs to your family. And so it is important that in anything that you do, in real life, when you are living, you do things that do not bring the family's name into disrepute. And if a person is gone, his memory should not bring shame, should not bring division, should not humiliate the family. And that's how I see what is happening now. So, well, Koku Ayidoho is well within his, not right, his mission, what he's chosen for himself, to continue because he worked with Atta Mills, he served Atta Mills, he appreciates Atta Mills, and so he wants the legacy of Atta Mills to continue. But who will do that without the family's involvement? Who will pursue a cause like that without involving the family? who would pursue a cause like that would have taken the blessings of the family. And that's where I see the mismatch. And that's what has annoyed the family.
So in this case, when you go to court, what could the argument of the family be? Because you've clearly painted.
The family will argue that Atta Mills, the Koku Ayidoho will be restrained from using the name of Atta Mills.
Okay.
Yes, because that's his name. That name was given to him by the family.
Interesting.
Even though Atta Mills was the head of state, the president of the Republic of Ghana, the name Atta Mills belongs to the family.
I know you don't speak for the NDC, but I'll be glad if you have answers you could share with us. Was the NDC invited to the event organized by the president at the Asumdwe Park?
Well, I'm not aware of that.
Okay. And there are those who have wondered why it appears that there hasn't been any attempt to solve the feud between Koku Ayidoho and the NDC and the Atta Mills family. Are you aware if any intervention of the sort has happened?
Well, I'm not aware of any such intervention. But is it not a needless feud? I mean, is it not a defining purpose for both Koku Ayidoho and the family and the NDC? Can't we find the strength that would unite the party? Why will one party aggressively pursue a mission or such a mission without the involvement of one, the family, and two, the party that produced Atta Mills? Atta Mills was a lecturer in public service, the former head of the Ghana Revenue Authority. Atta Mills was not known on the national platform, national stage, until he was nominated Vice President of the Republic of Ghana. That honor was done him by a party. The party celebrates his contribution to the development of the party and Ghana as a whole. The party appreciates the values that Atta Mills came onto the national stage with. The party wants to immortalize those values. Koku Ayidoho says he wants to do the same. The benefit of that immortalization goes to the family. So you should find a common ground to be able to pursue this laudable objective without unnecessarily provoking any of them. But the pugnacious tongue of Koku Ayidoho probably is making it difficult.
You've painted a very beautiful picture about who the former president was. In fact, on Sunday and Monday, we aired our latest Ghana's Greats documentary, which was dedicated to him, listening to his family, his son, his friend, who is also a lecturer. I mean, you could tell that this was a man who literally poured himself in all facets of life. Would you say that your party could have done more in keeping his memory and honoring him?
Well, our party is doing more, in fact, in keeping his memory alive. Because I can tell you without any fear of contradiction that everybody in the party appreciates what Atta Mills brought into the party. It made us more accommodating of divergent views. For me, as a person growing up, at the time that Atta Mills was vying to be president, I remember him telling me personally in his office at Koku Ayidoho that he, Atta Mills, was the bridge between the old entity and the new entity. That's the youth who were coming up. And that he was seeking for power for us, for the youth. I remember Atta Mills Family. When I put in a bid to contest the Tamil Central seat in 2004, when President Kufuor created the 30 additional constituencies. And thereafter, Professor Ayidoho crossed carpet to the NDC, and he was rewarded with the opportunity to contest the Tamil Central. And I said, look, I also been nursing that ambition to contest that seat upon its creation. And then they called me and said, you know, sir, there's age on your side. Why would you want to end the political career of Professor Ayidoho? It's your time. And when I asked him, how can we build a party that does not reward loyalty and commitment? He said, this is not about that question. This is about me asking you, sir, not to contest Professor Ayidoho. That question you've asked me will be answered later on. Please don't contest. That ended it. That ended it. I never contested Ayidoho. Because he was looking for ways to expand the frontiers of the party. He was looking for ways to get your RA, a consensus, to build consensus on how the party will be run. He correlated everybody's views. And I'll give you another example. One day a colleague went on TV and lambasted Atta Mills as president. He was an NDC man. That was the time Fonka came up. That voice sounded like my voice. So somebody said it was Ayidoho who was speaking. In fact, that person was speaking on your network. And at that time, I was a regular panelist on your network. So he called me. Said, oh, Ayidoho, why are you speaking this way about me? I said, no, I'm not the one, Prof. I'm far away from Accra. I'm not speaking on any network. It's not you. I said, no, it's not me. He checked and realized that it was not me. He called back and said, oh yes, it's not you. That is the president who will find out the facts before he acts. So who will not want that president? So he was motivated. When the NDC won power and appointments were made, and I was not appointed to any position, he told me that you are a victim of your own success. You are many, and so I can't take all of you. I said, look, I'm just happy that you are in office. He said, thank you. So, that memory of President Bill as a statesman, as a person who was prepared to lay his life for the development of this country, who died without anybody pointing fingers at improprieties done by him while in office, who was not seeking to enrich himself while in office, who gave us clean, dedicated, transparent leadership. It's something worth emulating. And the party sincerely appreciates sacrifices of Professor Mills. In fact, Professor Mills was not in the best of health. But the party came to the conclusion that it was only Professor Mills who could get us power. On that score, sacrificing his life for the party was not only physical, but it was real. It was real. So, which party will forget the contribution of this illustrious son of Ghana to its development? Not the end.
So how are you immortalizing him? How are you ensuring that generations that come, even though they wouldn't experience him as you have and shared with us, his legacy will still live, his values will still transcend generations?
First of all, Atta Mills was the president of Ghana. President who ascended the throne by election on the ticket of NDC. A memory is already immortalized in Ghana. He is the first and only president who died in service. So that we must, at NDC, we know that John Dramani Mahama became president of the Republic of Ghana for a period of 6 months before he was elected on the ticket of the NDC to be president, consequence upon the death of President Atta Mills. So that history is known. And in the time we meet as a party in the gathering, we are reminded about the humility of President Mills.
Sure. So finally, sorry to interject, we need to wrap this up quickly. Finally, Mr. Fuseni, as we were having this conversation, there was a photo that came up on the screen, and it was during his funeral, and the banner read, "Peace I leave with my nation." He was a man of peace. He's been described as Asumdrehene. I want to give you an opportunity while the family considers the legal action, and hopefully Mr. Ayidoho will hear from where you sit. If you have the opportunity to imagine what the former president would have done if this was a situation he was supposed to solve, what kind of advice do you think he would have given, or what do you think his wish would be?
The first thing Atta Mills would have said, Koku Ayidoho, abari na odi ye. That's the first thing you have said. What are you doing, Koku Ayidoho? I have a better. That's the first thing you have. That's what you would have said. I mean, if you know Professor Mills. And then tell him to go and reconcile with the family. Your father has advised him to do that. I mean, I know Koku Ayidoho very well. We got to know each other very well when we formed the Youth Forum. It is through the Youth Forum that he came close to Mills. So he knows we know Mills very well. And I advise my brother Koku Ayidoho. We've come a very long way. Yes, in a party, people will step on toes. But time is what assuages the head. And if you don't know how to let go, you can't be at peace with yourself. Koku Ayidoho, learn to let go and reconcile with those you started the battle with. That's the advice I will give to Koku Ayidoho.
I'm grateful for your time this morning, Mr. Fuseni. And I think you did quite well with your Fanti, even though you need some lessons there. Thank you for joining us this morning. Bernice Abu-Baidoo is former MP for Tamale Central, ending that conversation on rather quite an emotional note, indicating to us what he believes President Mills would have said if he was to solve the situation between his family and his former aide, Koku Ayidoho. Shortly, we'll be taking your thoughts and comments on the show. Benjamin will join me. And today we've been discussing the latest Afrobarometer report. And we'd like to hear what you have to say about this. Meanwhile, the attention of World Vision has been drawn to a live television broadcast by a group of people operating under the names World Vision Fund Club and World Vision Foundation on Energy TV and ABTV satellite television stations since June 28, 2022. A review of the video recordings of the programs indicates that these groups are using the logo and some images of World Vision with a view to getting interested people to register with various amounts of money in return for corresponding financial report. Now, World Vision is concerned that its logo and images are being used by the so-called World Vision Fund Club and World Vision Foundation to collect money from the unsuspecting public. World Vision therefore disassociates itself from the so-called World Vision Fund Club and World Vision Foundation and their operations and wishes to caution the general public as such. We call on the members of the World Vision Fund Club and World Vision Foundation to desist from using the logo, images and any other material for their activities forthwith. World Vision is a Christian relief, development and advocacy organization dedicated to working with children, families and communities to overcome poverty and injustice. World Vision has been working in all regions of Ghana for the past 42 years. For more information on World Vision Ghana, visit its website. And hello Ghana, happy moment is here. Let's Storm World Cup Qatar 2022 with Storm Energy Drink, Puma Soft Drinks and Awake Drinking Water from Casapreco Company Limited. Simply buy your favorite Storm Energy Drink, Puma Soft Drinks and Awake Drinking Water and text a 4-digit unique number on the neck of the bottle to short code *780# option 2, *780# option 2 and follow the prompt on all networks for free. Be one of the lucky winners to this year's World Cup in the monthly draw. You can also win TVs, fridges, microwave ovens, mobile phones, home theaters, free drinks and more instantly. Please don't waste any time. Grab a bottle of Storm Energy Drink, Puma Soft Drinks and Awake Drinking Water and let's storm Qatar this World Cup. This promotion is on the NLA Caritas platform and this advert is FDA approved. Remember, terms and conditions apply. When we come back, we'll be taking your comments and views on the big stories we've been discussing. Do stay.